Hey everybody, we're back. I'm Nick Bradley. This is the Detroiter. Somber day. Somber day in the state of Michigan. I'm sure you can kind of guess what we're going to talk about, what I'm going to talk about. There's only really one thing on my mind, on most people's minds, I would imagine, I would hope. This is going to be kind of a mini episode because, like I've said, if you're following me on social and a couple of the videos I've made, there's really not much to say, right? Nothing I can do, nothing I can say is going to change the events that occurred at Michigan State on Monday night. Terrible thing. Terrible thing. I don't really know what to say. I mean, I know how I feel. I know I know the general mood of this podcast and like the direction that I want to take it in the 10, 15 minutes, however long I'm on here. But it's tough, you know. Three innocent kids, MSU students, got killed Monday. Five more in the hospital in critical condition. And I'm just a guy sitting here on my couch talking about it. Feels, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to put it into words. I don't want to say it feels wrong because I feel obligated for whatever reason. You know, I make these videos, I do these podcasts. A lot of what I do and talk about is around Michigan State. I went to Michigan State. I've addressed so many times in the past, whether it's people that know me personally or on here or anywhere on the internet, how much Michigan State has affected my life, how much it has shaped the person I am, what the university, what East Lansing means to me. It's tough to talk about. It's tough to imagine. It still feels surreal that 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 shit happened at MSU. You know, it's a place I spent 4.5 years of my life. It's given me some of the best friends I have. It's given me some of my favorite memories. It more than anything else I've experienced in my life, I think has shaped the person I am. It's caused me to grow. It's caused me to get better as a person, whether it's academically and my work ethic and my habits and drive, or personally, how I interact with people, how I treat people, how I get along with different people. Um, my experience at MSU was nothing but good. I had nothing but great times there. I had nothing bad to say when I left the place. I had no negative memories when I left the place outside of losing a basketball game or losing a football game. And to imagine that something like Monday could have happened to me, could have happened in my time just as easily as it happened this week is fucking crazy to me to think about. It feels impossible. Like it really is one of those things. And now, obviously, like this country, we have a long storied past. It happened in Oxford 15 months ago. We've got a long history now of these things happening, which is fucking terrible. But it really has gotten to the point, or Monday really was the thing where it's like it never feels like it'll happen to you until it does. And while it didn't happen directly to me, I've been graduated for a few years. I haven't been back to East Lansing in a little over a year. It hits home. It's a place that is one of my homes. It's a place that I feel most alive when I step foot back in East Lansing, whenever it is. I'm there in the summertime, just walking around, taking in the sights, being back for a football game, for a basketball game, for whatever. It's a place that every time I'm there, I just feel something different in the air. I feel a positivity. There's an energy in the air there. It like fuels me, who I am. It fuels my soul. And an unimaginable thing happened there. Firstly, thoughts are with the families that are affected. Brian Frazier, Ariel Anderson, Alexandra Werner. Thoughts with them and their family and their friends. I can't imagine. There's nothing I can say. The one thing I would like to say is Spartan Nation. Hundreds of thousands of us across the globe are thinking about you. We're with you. We're here to support you. We're sending our love. I hope there's in some way, I hope you can feel it just a little bit in this dark time. I hope we can be maybe a little spot of light to the other students that were there, the other 50,000 that were hiding in their dorms, locking the doors of their houses, calling their parents from their bedrooms. I know they're never going to be the same. I know Michigan State will never be the same. And even for them, whatever it is I'm saying here and now isn't going to change any of that. Isn't going to change what happened to them. Isn't going to change the fear that they felt on Monday. Isn't going to change the conversations they had with loved ones, not knowing what was going to happen to them. It pains me that for those kids, the survivors, the kids that have had to go through this and now in the wake of it are going to go back to classes today, are going to see their professors, are going to be in Berkey Hall, are going to go back to the Union, are going to be walking those sidewalks and those streets. It's never going to be the same. Michigan State's never going to be the same. They could have the next best 4 years of their lives. It's never going to be the same when they're 50 years old and they look back at their time at school. That will be the first thing that they think about. That fucking kills me. That makes me feel anger. That makes my heart heavy. It's something that I wish I could do anything about. I can't. But that sits with me. It's a senseless tragedy. The guy who committed it, I don't know. No ties to the school, didn't go there, didn't work there, didn't have relatives there, nothing. Just a lunatic who was made of evil doing a terrible, terrible fucking thing. I just feel disingenuous coming on here today and talking about the Red Wings or the game against Michigan Saturday or anything else when this is weighing over so many, myself included. It's horrible, man. Michigan State, the 4.5 years I was there, never felt unsafe. Whether it was walking home from the library in the middle of the night, walking home from a party at 2 a.m. on a Saturday, shooting the shit with my friends in a dining hall. The number of times I was at the Union late night, eating a burrito, headphones on, not a care in the world. Never even crossed my mind that something could possibly happen to me. Happy as can be, just sitting there. My peers amongst me, my fellow Spartans, people laughing, having conversations, sitting with their friends, soaking in like what makes Michigan State so great, what makes that place so memorable, what makes the college experience what it is. To think how many times that was me in their shoes. And it could have happened. And it didn't, and it happened to them. It's horrible, you know. It really rattles you. And I've said before, like, I'm not a super emotional person. There's not a lot of things in life that, I guess I don't know if this is whatever, dude. There's not a lot of things in life that like will bring a tear to my eye or make me get choked up or make me sit in a dark room and just like reflect on my life and think about what's happened. But this is one of those things, like I just caught myself throughout the last couple of days sitting here going, the Union specifically, like I didn't spend a lot of time in Berkey, but the Union, I spent so much time sitting in that building, so many nights sitting in there on Monday nights, sitting there, studying, printing papers, eating with my friends, so many where we're just laughing, we're having fun. I'm so, like this is what makes Michigan State what it was to me. And I never even considered the possibility of something horrible happening. And then it happens in a place where MSU is built on, we hear it all the time, it's built on family. It's built on Spartans being together, Spartans will. That connection that we'll forever have. You can see a Michigan State alumni walking down the street in a place you've never been, and you immediately feel the bond. You immediately have a connection. I can attest to this more than ever now living out in California. Some of the best memories of my year here have been meeting fellow Spartans, being connected with fellow Spartans where it's you have nothing in common, you've never met them before. You both went to Michigan State and now you're best friends. Walking down the street, getting a coffee wearing the green and white, and someone shouts out a go green. Like, that's some of the most fun. That's been some of my favorite things about moving across the country. No matter where you are, or what you're doing, or your age, or what you look like, you have that Spartan shield on you, and other people recognize, and they'll give you a shout out. They'll show love because we have that eternal connection. I felt more than ever, and I felt it at school, and I felt it living in Michigan, but more than ever out here in a foreign place, away from our home, away from East Lansing. I've never felt that family bond more than being out here, and now we're in a time where that bond's going to be tested more than ever, right? We're in a time where it's truly going to be put to the test. This place being built on family, us all being together, us all sharing that special bond. Because look, there's 1,000 other universities out there, right? I'm sure people who go to Ohio State say the same stuff. I'm sure people who go to Michigan say the same stuff. But it's always felt to me like Michigan State, it was just a little bit different. And probably that's some bias, but it's always felt like the connection of going to MSU, that feeling you get being around other Spartans, that feeling you get seeing another Spartan walking down the street, that feeling you get connecting with a random Spartan at a bar or in line at the grocery store, that's always felt special and unique to Michigan State. That feeling of when something bad happens. I was on campus for the Nasser, that whole fucking tragedy that was. It felt like that too, going to class. Like, I don't know, you kind of felt like a bond. You felt like people were leaning on each other. You could feel the weight in classrooms. You could feel the weight at tailgates. And this in comparison is, I don't know. It's again, like, I can't even imagine it. Um, it really will put it to the test. Like, this community, the strength of Michigan State, what we love talking about, what we love saying, the family thing. Events like this put it to the test more than ever. And I think, it's a brutal thing. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And the community will never fully come back. At least the students that were on campus Monday will never fully come back. Like I said, it'll never be the same place. MSU will never, ever mean the same thing to them as it did on Sunday. If there is any bright spot, if there is one thing to lean on or hang your hat on, it's that we have that Spartan will. We have that family connection. We have a community that, while we've always thought, and in my case, I've always felt was a little bit different than other places, now we're suffering the greatest adversity, and now is the time to kind of prove it, to put it to the test, to show it is different than Michigan State. This is a family thing. It's not like your other schools. Michigan State, it's different here. We are a family here. We are here for one another. When tragedy strikes, we will help each other out to come back from it. We will be leaned on for support. We will be available to talk to. We will be here to listen. We do want to make it up to you. We do want to help. We will. Spartans will. If there's any bright spot, I think it's that. And it's the dimmest light imaginable in a vast abyss. But, if there's one thing, it's a terrible thing. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, it's going to be a mini episode. There's not much for me to say. I wish, obviously, like everybody else out there, everyone listening, I wish there was something I could do or say that would right these wrongs, that would temper the heartache we all feel, but there is nothing. I just want to express my condolences both to the victims, and to the survivors, their families, the faculty, the staff, the first responders, the dispatchers, Spartans across the country, everybody who's feeling it anywhere that they are. I just want to come on here and say, sports aside, all of this stuff that we think, oh, work sucks. Oh, this person was rude to me. All this shit that we feel like it matters, it really doesn't. I just wanted to come on here and say, I'm here. We're here. We are strong enough to come back from this. We are. It is different at Michigan State. We are a family. I don't know. Michigan State, man. It's a special place to me. And I just hate to think that something like this could happen there. When I know what I felt the 4.5 years I was there, I know what that place means to me. I know what it was. I know the people that were around. I know the people that are involved still to this day with the university. I know the caliber of people that go to school there and rep the green and white coast to coast around the globe. I know what it means to them. Yeah, it sickens me, man. It sickens me that this could happen there. It sickens me. It sickens me that a place like that is so special could be tainted in this way for so many, irreparably damaged. I just want to say that we're here. I just want to say that we're thinking about you. Michigan State, we're bigger than this. The family thing at MSU, Spartans being one, it's real. There is a special bond. It's going to be a long road to healing. May never come to an end. But we're going to do our fucking best, that's for sure. We're going to do our fucking best to come back from this. Thoughts, prayers, hopefully things change. Hopefully this never happens again. Go green forever, man. That's all I got.